everybody was in this movie. Everywhere you look, it's Lunel, Rick Ross. They had Rick Ross. Where they find Rick Ross at? Doing an African. Who knew Rick Ross can do an African accent? Cast overload. This movie is a fool. It's a fool. It's a circus with a whole bunch of clowns. And when I say a whole bunch, it's a whole bunch. I mean, everywhere you look, like, besides the people that we're already familiar with from the original, it's a whole lot of people up in this. It's a whole lot of people up in this movie. It was kind of like, listen, we in the middle of a pandemic. They was like, you need a check? You need to check? Because we ain't really working. You know what I mean? Nobody's really working right now. Arsenio Hall, salt and pepper in this movie. Gladys Knight said, Gladys Knight says, so he's leaving on that midnight train to Zamunda. I said, get Gladys on my screen. Get me out of here. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. Get me out. So Coming to America, we all know this is the sequel. Highly anticipated, right? We were waiting on this. We were rooting for this. We were rooting. It's a good time, but it's a fool. You know, you got to take it for what it is. It's nothing like the first. You got to just get the first one out of your mind and just see this for the movie that it is. Every other scene, it was like Lunel, Tracy Morgan, Leslie Jones, Tiana Taylor. See that scene? Oh, that ain't her. My bad. I mean, they could have put me, you know, I could have held a broomstick or something, you know. In the beginning of the movie, it was giving me Black Panther. I was like, okay, are we in Wakanda or are we in Zamunda? I mean, what's going on? Nostalgia off the chain. The best part about the whole sequel in general, over 30 years later, is the fact that it's the nostalgia for me, right? It's the nostalgic moments, the barbershop scene. That's the funniest part of the whole movie. Every time they're in the barbershops, the same characters. My thing is, shouldn't they be dead? Like, they was old 30 years ago. How are they still old 30 years later? Like, what's really going on? But the writing they had in that scene when they first would get back to the barbershop, funny lines in that. Funny lines. And so, Coming to America 2, we all know, it's the sequel. It's basically about Akeem having a bastard son, and he has to go to America to go, I'm sorry, it's low-key spoilers. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. You might want to go watch it. It ain't you know I don't really do. You know when you watching a movie review me, I'm sorry. I don't know how to talk about the movie without talking about the movie. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that. You can go watch it and then come back. Akeem has daughters. He doesn't have a son. He needs somebody to be the heir to the throne. We find out that Akeem actually has a son. Okay, he's in Queens. And they go back to America, go get him, bring him back. And now the son has to learn to be a prince, but he's too queened up. Okay, he's too New York. Okay, for Zamunda basically, and they have to kind of make him into this Zamundian prince. I hope I got that right. Let's talk about the costumes. I just found out that the same costume designer from Black Panther, same costume designer here. The costumes, they look great. That's another good part about this film. Costumes off the chain. Definitely put me in Zamunda, okay? I was like, okay. That's just unnecessary, honestly. It's really unnecessary to be doing all of that in the middle of my film. I'm trying to talk to my people. Zamunda. Okay, they have Fancy in here. I don't understand why Fancy was in the film. She didn't have no lines. Don't do Fancy like that, casting director. Give her a line. Directors and writers, yes, come on now. I could have been that. They could have put me up in that thing, okay? I could, listen, the royal penis is clean, your highness. Like, I mean, come on, give me something, you know what I mean? Jermaine Fowler, not too familiar with Jermaine, but I thought that he did pretty good playing Lavelle Johnson. Not Johnson, but Johnson. It kind of seemed like the classic actors of the original film kind of took a step back and let the new kids kind of come in and play around a little bit. The look and feel of this movie, I'm trying not to think of the first one. I'm really trying not to think of the first one. It's just, It's very 2021. It's CGI, you know, dare I say some green screen on some effects. But you know, it was just good to see everybody back. We got Randy Watson, okay, that boy good, you know. Breakout character that I was actually surprised. Wesley Snipes. Okay, Wesley, I see you with your comedic shot. I didn't know. My bad. I'm thinking Blade. I'm thinking New Jack City, Wesley Snipes. You know, I'm thinking Jungle Fever. I didn't know he had the comedic chops. Hey, did he finish paying his taxes? Did he still owe the IRS? They had a cool little theme going with Akeem's daughter, his eldest daughter, who's been working really hard to be the next heir, but she can't because she's a woman. They could have drove that storyline a little bit further if you ask me, but she ended up being the queen anyway. But oop, my bad. You should already watch it because I already told you. My bad. Tiana Taylor playing the whatever you like. I thought she did a really good job playing what is her name? Babato. It's the names for me. Dre from Power in this. It was just, and he's Nigerian, so I guess that fit, you know. But my breakout character was Leslie Jones. Hey, King! Leslie Jones was the breakout character for me. What they always give me Leslie Jones, the ghetto black woman. And I mean, she does it well. I thought that she carried it. It seemed like she was doing a lot of ad-libbing, and it was kind of just like, I feel like the director just told her, just go ahead and be yourself. The movie it's not gonna really wow you. The storyline is very predictable. It's pretty much like the formula of the first one, just with some new blood in there a little bit. I'm mad they brought Mufasa out of his bout of retirement for this. The part that got me is when so Hakeem's father, the king, the real king. Okay, so he passes away. Listen, I told you, you should have been watched it. So the king died, but the part that got me, was he was alive at his own funeral. I ain't never seen nobody die at the funeral. Like, he in the coffin standing up like, I'm about to die, son. Like, I said, wait. It's nothing special. They definitely should have left it alone. They brought my favorite character back, Louis Anderson. Y'all know the line from Louis Anderson. See, now I'm washing lettuce. Soon I'll be on fries. Then the grill. Then assistant manager. And that's when the big bucks start rolling in. I'm mad they didn't give him more lines. Everybody is back, but they look so old. Our legends are getting old, y'all. I mean, but it's good to see Eddie Murphy back on the screen, but I kind of feel like Eddie, you can't go out on this one, Eddie. You can't let this be your last at bat. All right, Eddie, you now since you want to do clownery like this, you have to do another special. You're gonna have to do a special, so start writing your jokes now. That's how we want to remember you. A funny ass comedy special. I don't want to remember the last thing you did was Coming to America, because you know that ain't really how you want to go out. But go ahead and watch the film. Have a good time. You're gonna laugh a little bit. Some moments, not really. It's not quite like trash, like kitchen trash. You know what I mean? It's more like the little trash can you got in the bathroom with the plastic bag from the grocery store in it. They got your panty liner wrappers and your tampon wrappers, and maybe even an old bloody pad that you done kind of wrapped up in toilet paper and just kind of tossed it in there, and you said you're gonna take it out tomorrow, but now your bathroom's smelling like. But it's a good time. All right, watch the film. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this, press the thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.